Hello, today's training is focused on the farmer. As an insured with an affiliated NAU country agent, we offer policy management tools to keep you up to date. In addition, the ability to self-report acres is right at your fingertips through our Farmer Portal and NAU Country mobile app. Let's begin by setting up a farmer account. Please remember that processes may vary depending on if you're setting up an account for a corporation or a LLC. Let's begin by going out to www.naucountry.com. Once you're out at our NAU Country website, you can proceed by clicking on either this middle button that says Farmer Portal Login or by going out to the Login button in the top right-hand corner of your screen. Once you've arrived at our login screen, if you do not have an account already, we're going to go down to Don't Have an Account, Register Today, this link right at the bottom. Once you get to the registration type page, we'll select that we are a farmer. Once you're on the Farmer Portal registration page, we'll begin by keying in the information needed. Starting off with your policy number. You can see the format here of how your policy number does need to be keyed in. One key is that you can find your policy number on your billing statement, or if you come up to our tooltip that's provided, it does provide a great example of where to find your policy number if you do not know it already. Here is an example of where it would appear on your policy confirmation, or as I mentioned before, on your premium billing statement, it would show up right under the MPCI policy listing section. We'll close out of there and also out of this message, and I'll begin by keying in my policy number. So we'll begin with the state information. The next three numbers are the AIP affiliated numbers, and then we'll go right into the actual 7-digit policy number and the year of your policy. We'll then define our policy type, whether it be MPCI, hail, named peril, or livestock. In my situation, it is an MPCI policy. And then we'll key in the last 4 digits of your tax ID. As I mentioned earlier, this process will vary a little bit if you are working on setting up an account for a corporation or an LLC. And we have a great user guide to assist you with tips on how to get an account set up in those situations. Once those 3 items are filled in, we're going to select the next option at the bottom of the screen. On the screen, it has confirmed that they found the policy information that matches my entity. And now just for further security in our systems, it now is going to ask me for my full social security number, which I will key in. And it will ask you to confirm that as well. Once you've completed that, you can click Next. Once the system has found a match for you in the system, it will provide a confirmation asking you if you are the entity that is up on the screen. In this case, I am Phoebe Buffet, so I will select Yes, I am Phoebe Buffet, and I will click Next. Now is the point in time when you can set up your login information. So I will begin by keying in my email address. It is important that you utilize an email address that you have access to, as this is where your confirmation information will go to. Now you can create a username for your account. Please keep in mind that you do need to follow the security rules down at the bottom when creating your username. You also can enter in your password. Now, this is a password that you are making up to be able to utilize for the future for logging into the system. Once you've completed those items, you'll come down and you'll need to read the legal notices of the site. Once you've read through those items, you can come up and click the X at the top of the screen and check the box. Same with the privacy policy. Again, X out at the top of the screen and click the box. And now you will enter in your signature. I'm then going to click Register. If there is any issues with your username or password, you will see on the screen up at the top a red indicator letting you know what does need to be corrected. This is now giving me a registration completion message, which means I have successfully set up a farmer account. I am now going to click Continue, which will bring me back to the login page for me to utilize my new credentials. At this point in time on the login screen, I'm going to go ahead and key in my new credentials. And these credentials can not only be utilized for the farmer portal, they can also be utilized when you're logging into the NAU Country mobile app. Once I've keyed in my newly created username and password, I then will click on the Sign In button. Now within the farmer portal, for your first time logging into your device, you will need to set up a multi-factor authentication code. This code is going to come in handy in any type of situation where you have potentially forgotten your username and password. It will also come in handy at any point in time to make sure that your systems are staying secure. So we'll come in and I'm going to set mine up on a text messaging setup. So I'm going to choose the SMS authentication. The other options are an Okta Verify, which would send a notification to your cell phone with an app that you have installed. The voice call authentication, or an email authentication. So we'll begin by just doing the text message setup. All I need to do at this point in time is enter in my telephone number, then have a code sent to my telephone number. Once my telephone has that code sent to it, I'll key in that new SMS code and I will click Verify. At this point in time, we do recommend setting up a second multi-factor authentication type as well. But for today's demonstration purposes, I'm just going to do one and I am now going to click Finish. And congratulations, you have now created a Farmer Portal account. In addition to that, you are now on the home page of the Farmer Portal.